everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another edition of Is It a Dupe? In today's video, we are going to be testing out the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder against the Maybelline FIT Loose Setting Powder. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kai. I'm a hairstylist and a makeup artist, and I do different product reviews and tutorials here on YouTube. You can also check me out over on Facebook under the name Kai Styles and over on Instagram at stylesby_Kyle. If you like videos like these and you haven't already done so, make sure that you hit that subscribe button below and also click that bell for notifications so that you can get notified when I post new content. All right, let's go ahead and try these out. As you can see, I've already put on my foundation. I'm looking a little bit crazy because that's all I've put on so far. Before we test our powders, I'm going to put on some concealer because I always set my concealer down with powder. For concealer, I'm using the Kylie Jenner Skin Concealer in the shade Hickory, and I'm blending that out with the small buffing brush from the BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes Brunch Bunch collection. I'm also contouring using the Believe Beauty dual-ended contour stick. If you have not checked out my Believe Beauty YouTube review video, go check it out. Everything in their line is under $5 and they've got some great gems. Okay, so now we're ready to set our face down with powder. We're going to start out with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I'm very familiar with this powder. I use it on the daily. It's one of my all-time favorites, which is one of the reasons I'm really interested to do this dupe video. This powder retails for $39, which is not very cheap, but it works beautifully, so I have continued to purchase and use it. It is available in 3 shades: translucent, translucent honey, and translucent medium deep. So they have 3 different shades for different skin tones. And it says on their website that this is a cult favorite and winner of multiple major awards, because it's the Best in Beauty #1 setting powder, which was based on a 2019 report. It says it gives you a 16-hour matte finish, a touch of sheer coverage. It's lightweight and finely milled, and it won't bring out the texture in your face. There's no flashback with this powder, and it gives a soft focus finish, so it's going to help to blur any kind of imperfections. Non-comedogenic, non-caking, and dermatologist tested. Now on their website, it does recommend that you apply it with the velour poof that's meant to go with this, or velour puff. Looks like this. This is what I normally use to apply it with. But since the Fit Me powder does not come with its own puff, we're just going to use brushes to apply them. I have used a brush to apply this powder in the past, and I know that it works just fine. The Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder is much more affordable, and I've read in several places that it's considered to be a dupe for the Laura Mercier Setting Powder. This one retails for $7.99 on the Maybelline website, so if this works as well as my $40 powder, y'all best believe I'll be switching powders, okay? Because that's a big price difference. This one is also available in 8 shades ranging from fair to deep, so they have a broader selection of shades to choose from. On their website, it says that it is a mineral-based formula, helps control, shine, and smooth skin with a hint of coverage. With the Laura Mercier powder, you are getting 1 ounce, and with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, you are getting 0.7 ounces. So you do get 0.3 ounces more with the Laura Mercier powder, but again, it's about 4 times as costly as the Fit Me powder. We'll put the Laura Mercier on the right side of the face. I'm just going to use a large fluffy brush to apply this. And I'm applying this in the way that I normally do, so like I said, they usually recommend that you apply this one with the velour poof from Laura Mercier. So with that application process, you're kind of pressing it into the skin. So when I use a brush with this powder, I do always kind of press it into the skin with the end of my bristles. Once I've set all of my oily areas and concealer with powder, I'll then come in and use small circular motions to remove any of the excess powder and set the rest of the face. Okay, so that is half of my face set down with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is a really nice setting powder. It does help to kind of blur the complexion a little bit. It gives you this really soft focused finish to your face. It's nice and matte, but it doesn't look overly powdery, which I really like about that powder. I don't like setting powders that you can tell that there's powder on your face and it looks powdery. The Laura Mercier one really kind of sets down into your makeup and doesn't leave you with that powdery cast. And also it has no flashback on it, which is really convenient for taking photos. I'm on camera a lot, so that's a necessity for me. All right, so let's go ahead and pop on the other powder and compare it to this one. And I got this one in the shade 10 Fair Light. I thought that would be closest to the tint of the Laura Mercier powder that I usually use. Okay, so I just want to compare these side by side in the cap here and kind of let you guys look at these two powders. I think that the texture of them looks pretty similar in the way that they kind of stick together or lay in the pan. The texture looks very similar. And we're just going to use another powder brush. This one is from IT Cosmetics, and I'm going to apply this powder in the same fashion. I did want to mention that I noticed while editing this footage that I had to dip into the Fit Me powder a lot more times than I did the Laura Mercier powder. I only dipped into the Laura Mercier powder about 3 times in order to set my face, and this powder was closer to 6 or 7 times. So even though the Fit Me powder is more affordable, I'm having to use more of it. So I am noticing with this powder, it actually looks a little bit lighter, I feel like, when I apply it to my face, or that I get more of like the reflect off the powder or the color of the powder. Okay, so that's both of the powders on my face. And honestly, looking at them in the mirror here, they are very similar. Let me get up close and I'll let you guys take a look. When watching this back, the soft focus finish of the Laura Mercier powder as opposed to the Fit Me powder was very apparent. You don't get as much of that with the Fit Me powder. Biggest difference I'm noticing between these two powders is that the Maybelline Fit Me powder seems to leave a little bit of that reflectivity on the face. It has kind of like a natural finish almost, even though it said it was mattifying. Whereas the Laura Mercier powder really leaves you a very nice matte finish. So that's gonna be kind of a preference thing, whether or not you like your makeup to look more matte or a little bit more like natural radiant skin finish. Overall, other than that, the finish on them is very similar as far as how it wears on the skin. As I said earlier when I was applying it, I do feel like you get a little bit more of the pigment out of this powder than you do with the Laura Mercier one. So that's something that I like the Laura Mercier powder because it doesn't really change the tone of my foundation. This one, it brightened underneath of my eye a little bit, which isn't terrible, and I actually love my under eye to look bright, so I actually kind of like that it did that. But again, it's not something that I'm asking the powder to do. So, you know, it's going to be a preference thing. If you like that brightening effect underneath of your eye, then you might really like that, but it's not something that it claims to do or is supposed to do. So not everybody likes that effect. I also do feel like I'm already noticing a little bit of settling in the powder underneath of my eye right here. It's pretty minimal so far, but I am already noticing it, which leads me to believe that throughout the day, this powder might crease underneath of the eye and might not set well. The Laura Mercier one boasts 16 hours of wear. I wear this powder all the time, and it does make your makeup last throughout the day, and I don't ever have problems with it creasing underneath of the eye. So I would say that would probably be about the only con that I'm finding with this powder. Otherwise, it's really nice. It does not look powdery on the face. It does give you that kind of natural radiant finish. It gives you a little bit of coverage. My concern would be how long it's going to last. Is it going to break up? Is it going to continue to look nice throughout the day? Overall, I think if you're on a budget and you can't afford to go spend $40 on a setting powder, which a lot of us can't, I honestly can't, but I do it anyway. We're not going to talk about that. I never claimed to be great with finances, okay? I can do beautiful makeup. So if you're on a budget, go check out the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. I think it's a pretty close dupe for the Laura Mercier Setting Powder. Is it exactly the same? No, but they are close enough. And for the price of this at $7.99 as opposed to $39, you can't beat it. So definitely go check out this product if you haven't already. If you're a fan of the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder and you've used it in the past, go try this out and let me know what you think. Do you think it's a dupe? I'm like a die-hard Laura Mercier powder fan. Am I going to start using this on the regular? Probably not, but will I use it intermittently? Yes, I definitely will. Glad we tested these out today. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, or if you've tried these powders, let me know how you feel about them. If you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure that you do that by hitting that subscribe button below, and also click that bell for notifications so that you can get notified when I post new content. Also, go check me out over on Facebook under the name Kai Styles, over on Instagram at @stylesby_Kyle, and over on TikTok at Kai_Styles. I hope y'all have a fabulous rest of your day, and until I see you next time, remember to be true to yourselves, be kind to one another, and most importantly, be beautiful. I love you all. I will see you in the next one. Have a fabulous day.